So who is this YouTube new 8,000 hour rule actually going to hurt the most? Is it really like no big deal when you're still trying to get to 4,000 watch hours right now? And who gets to decide whether your first $35 or $55 actually matters? And it does not matter if you started your channel last week or you've been doing this for past 2 years. This one hits you differently depending on what you make. And almost nobody is saying that part. So stay with me because I'm going to show you a real simple example that makes it obvious. I'm also going to show you what that money actually covers in real life. And by the end of this video, you'll know which of these moves is the right one for your channel. And if you want the full breakdown of the new YouTube Partner Program rules starting February 1st, 2027, I did a whole video on that one, and it also will be linked down below. So since these new rules came out, I just keep seeing the same two stories. One says basically YouTube killed the dream for small channels, and the other one says just calm down, channels does not grow in a straight line, and the second 4,000 hours comes way more faster, and the first $35 or $55 wasn't much anyway. So which one are you supposed to believe? Neither one, and here's why. Because the first story turns harder into impossible. And it is hard. I'm not going to pretend like it isn't, but harder isn't that. And the second story basically takes one person's experience and hands it to you like that's what's going to happen to you too. And I am glad it went faster for them. I really am. But their topic isn't your topic. Their audience isn't your audience. And the time they have isn't the time you have. So their result is real. It's just not a promise YouTube made to you. And here's the part nobody's talking about. What if you can get to 4,000 watch hours, but you cannot get to 8,000 watch hours in the same 12 months? So as you can see right here, you don't lose all of your hours in one morning, but every new day that basically comes in, the oldest day just falls out. So now we're trying to add new watch hours and replace the ones expiring at the same time. So you could be working the whole way through and still be standing at the same spot. So if everybody gets the exact same number, then why does it moving target hit some channels so much harder than others? So people usually put content into 3 buckets: informational, educational, and entertainment. But that tells you what a video is for and not how many people actually want it. So here how I look at it instead. So basically broad attention, we have problem solving and interest and connection. And how different can they actually get? So let me actually show you. So here we have 5 imaginary people. We have Mike, we have Sarah, we have Daniel, Lisa, and we have Chris, and they all care basically about different things. So this is just an example, it's not research, but I'm going to show you possible overlap inside one little group. So Lisa makes videos about creator tools and small businesses, so potentially 4 of these 5 might actually occasionally click on her videos, which makes a wider topic sounds easier, but wider does not mean they will automatically click on her videos. So you can see Lisa is basically my channel. It's creator tools and business, and it's kind of wider topic in my own example. But this is where I actually am. I have 38 subscribers. I have 108 qualified watch hours, and it's against basically 3,000 for the first tier, and then we have 4,000 for the full one. So a topic can have more possible viewers and still take a very long time to find that viewer. And here's an example of Sarah. So Sarah shares a home recommendation, what she actually uses. And at this example, we can see that maybe Mike and Daniel could care. And you can see Daniel takes you out fishing for a day. So let's say maybe Mike can clicks on his video, but now it's only 1. So we have basically 4 clicking here, 2, and just 1. And the same 84,000 hours is sitting there waiting for all 3 of them. So Daniel's videos isn't worse, and that one person, Mike, could maybe turn into the most loyal viewer he ever gets. But it's just going to take him longer to find enough people like Mike so Daniel can actually succeed. And you can see there's the 3 ways a channel can create value, and I kind of want to be fair because it's plus and minuses basically. For example, gaming channel could be enormous in real life, but for example, one news story can reach almost nobody. But as you can see, the broad channel still does not reach everybody with every single upload. And I'm not ranking anybody's niche. I'm just showing you that some topics, they just kind of start with more people in a room. So who get hurt most? Basically, the people making videos for smaller audience, maybe like a hobby channels, I would say lifestyle channels, or some very specific channels, someone who is publishing slowly with no team behind them and there's no momentum yet. And that basically explains why the work takes longer. But it still does not explain why hearing something like it was only $35 makes my stomach turn. So why does that one sting so much? So there's 2 completely different things tangled together in that argument. The first one is getting paid, because with US dollar account, Google does not send you anything until balance reaches $100. And under that, it just basically carries forward. But the payment arriving was never the whole point. The other thing is just opening your YouTube studio and seeing that something you made finally earned some money. After basically months of filming, editing, buying tools, and trying again, the milestone was never only the bank transfer, it was watching the work start pay a little piece back. And $35 or $55, I know it's kind of sounds small, but until you put it next to what a small creator is already paying just to basically keep going. So let me show you mine. So Canva basically was $120 for the year when I subscribed. Then we have a vidIQ, which is $14.25 per month for me. And now we also have a Descript. So I started Descript on a smaller plan, and then I decided to upgrade. So the 2 chargers here come to about $596. So those 3 tools alone are roughly around $887 a year. It's about basically $74 a month. And this isn't the full picture. I'm not counting my other AI tools. I'm not counting what it costs to run my website. I'm also not counting all the little extras or gear I invested in or the time it takes to make any of this. My channel isn't monetized, so YouTube has paid none of it back to me, not $1. So would $35 or $55 cover everything? Of course not. It won't even cover the 3 tools for 1 month, but not enough and nothing are not the same thing. You can say that amount didn't matter inside your business. Okay, it probably didn't. But who are you to decide what it means inside mine? Who are you to decide what amount matters to another person and what doesn't? Who? Because everybody's life is different. For somebody, that money buys a tool, or for somebody else, it pays part of the bill. It can be small to you, but still means something real to them. And if this video has been helpful so far, a like could help to reach more beginner creators. Thank you. Because there's also a much bigger version of this question. What happens when the money doesn't just move farther away? What happens when it disappears completely? And I want to be very careful with this one because I'm not trying to turn this into a conversation about the war, but I'm using it because it shows what creators did when the money changed in a much bigger way than this. So in March of 2022, Google paused ads from showing to viewers inside Russia. And then in August 2024, Google paused AdSense for publishers based in Russia. So for a lot of creators, that money didn't just get harder to reach, it was just gone. So did that make those channels and everything those people knew have to share suddenly worthless? Of course not. A lot of them kept publishing. Doctors could still reach a future patients, and lawyers could still show somebody where to go for help. And somebody like hobby creators, they could still share what they knew and build community around it. And some people, they kept going purely because they had something inside them they wanted to share. So that does not mean the money didn't matter. Of course it mattered, and losing it hurts, but it means that AdSense was never the only thing those channels were creating. So, and that gives me hope. But hope with no real next step just sounds like one more person telling you to calm down. So what do you actually do now? First, look at your own numbers, not somebody else's growth curve, yours. If 4,000 qualified watch hours is genuinely close and you have the room in your life, push. While the current number is still there before February 1st, 2027. Look at which videos are already producing watch time and make more around what people are actually responding to. But if 4,000 is nowhere close, please don't punish yourself by doubling your workload because a headline scared you. Keep a pace your life can actually hold. You can still work on your topic, your title, your thumbnail in your first 30 seconds without turning your whole life upside down. Those are two different paths, and none of them means you failed. But there's one part of this your watch hour numbers can actually measure. And I don't want you leaving without hearing it. Because every video you make is teaching you something. You're learning how to edit. You're learning what actually makes somebody click a thumbnail. You're learning how to take an idea that was just sitting in your head and turn it into finished upload. And those are not small things. Those are skills people get paid for. And if you wanted to, you can turn any of them into part-time work later on. You can do editing, you can do thumbnails, design, writing. And I know that because it happens to me too. I can edit now and I couldn't before. And I've got a really good eye for thumbnails that kind of really surprised me. But it's not about me. It's already happening to you right now while you're sitting there counting watch hours and feeling like nothing is moving. And if you have something you love, something you learn, or something inside you that keeps telling you to share it, please don't decide that it has no value just because monetization moves farther away. Somebody on the other side of the screen might need exactly what you know. Your video might help them fix something, or understand something, or just feel a little less alone that day. And I'm not giving you a fake happy ending. This hurts. I feel it too. I'm not standing on a monetized side telling you to relax. I'm right here with you and I'm rooting for you. I really am. I hope this gets better for all of us. And none of us knows what YouTube will look like in 10 years. But with every video, every single upload, you still learn something, still finding something new, and still building something that stays yours. So please keep a little bit of hope with you. Not because this change is small, it isn't small, but keep hope because this number does not get to decide whether your message matters, or whether your skill matters, or whether the person you might help matters. And if the question in your head right now is, okay, but what can I actually build before AdSense? You can watch my roadmap next here. I go through real options for small creators, and I'll link it also here and also below. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in my next one.